Hi, Lucas.
Hi, Adam.
Hi, Lucas.
Hi, David. How are you?
Good. I'm good. Back from the trip, from the camp.
Yeah. Yes, I watched the your presentation. It was very well done, very professional. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much.
Anyway, I start the topics because I have one today that for only for both of you. So you guys got triage rights. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Yes, but I don't know what it means. What what can we do with that?
yeah, the same for me, but I will try.
So closing issues, adding labels, and things like that. It's a new beta function on GitHub, and thing I would like to say is that with great power comes great responsibility. So be aware of that.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, yes.
Yes, I can close other issues, not only mine.
Yeah, and label it too. That's important because that's
Yes, true.
what I'm doing all the time. Because there were no GitHub administrative privileges for sharing it. So now that Microsoft brought GitHub, we have more features. So it's gonna be nice. Let's see.
Yeah, at least it was a very lacking feature.
We have an. Do you want to add something to this? Okay, so I have another topic that's basically only for the two of you because I don't want I don't see other people doing this technique other than the two of you. So our development process is failing when 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 we want to be stable, um, and we have to find some way to improve it. So I was looking at a lot, and I found this thing called test-driven development, and we could start working through this test-driven development very slowly because you are doing it slowly because you write the tests and then the code and then refactor. So wait, what was I saying? Anyhow, we could rewrite and Bitcoin related stuff, maybe some peer-to-peer network related stuff, Tor related stuff, Bitcoin Core handling related stuff, and HBI handling related stuff to have a more stable basis. That would be nice. And this the promise of test-driven development is that you don't make bugs. So I'm trying this on my HBI pull request. And Lucas, do you have, for example, experience with TDD?
Yes, but um, I don't know if we. I don't know if it is for us. First, because we have a code base now, the full uh, Wasabi wallet project is not um, easy to test. I mean, it's not easy to test using unit test because we have to break dependencies and and, and well, in order to, if for example I have to do something, whatever, yes, if I have to write tests, first I will need to break dependencies, yes, in order to make the code testable. Uh, and well, I've tried to do that before. Uh, I mean, it's a change in the way we program, in the way we create our components. Uh, I agree with the technique. I like the technique. I don't do test first. I always do test last. But anyway, I agree with the concept. But we have a code base that it will need to change in order to do that.
I was actually doing the exact same thing with the Tor library. Not really the exact same, but I was doing very similar. I wrote the tests and then I wrote the code. I just didn't have this. I didn't know I was doing this anyway. And how many times did we change the Tor library? We didn't. We don't even touch it anymore because this is a thing that has to run stably. And I think the HVI is very similar, but we have to change there. And every time we update HVI, we're going to be so fearful. Oh, should we upgrade it? And we cannot really test through all the scenarios. That would be other thing that would deserve this kind of bug-free treatment. And that's what I'm thinking. I'm not to this idea, and I definitely don't want to use it on not the UI, not around the UI, not in the GUI project. But I've been doing this for a week, and I find it a very stable way to do it, or also a very slow way to do it. So that's the other thing that I really don't want to apply it to everyone, because this writing the HVI at first was like a 3 or 4 days job. I think it got added, and this rewriting HVI in a TDD way takes like I don't know, 2 weeks probably. And so it's a slower way, but how many times did we hack into the HVI related stuff and were fearful to do anything around there because we were not sure is the thing that we are doing really working, and that ends up being a very much more in time to take,
Yes, I know, and I agree, and I like it. But I just saying that we had to change the way we program and program it differently. Yes.
Okay.
And my point is always the same. We have to break dependencies because, in fact, we have some pieces of code that do more than just one thing. So, in order to write tests for that, we have to in many places we have to change the code.
I don't want to write tests for existing code. I only want to write tests for newly added security and stability important code parts. Yeah, so not old code, but newly added, and in some maybe we can get to a much better state this way.
But yes, but anyway, we have pieces of we have some components. I don't know. For example, the one that process the transactions, for example, that is critical. We
That's
cannot.
also changing, so that's not a good thing to TDD it, I think.
No, but it would be good to have a good set of tests. So if if we make a mistake, for example, we can see that we break we break something. Otherwise, the only way to find a problem is when a user creates a ticket and say, "Hey, the new version uh, doesn't work for me because my coins disappear," for example, something like that. That is too late and too it's incredibly expensive for us. So that's my point.
What I want to do, just for starters, and I'm not even sure we'll ever do TDD again, but first I want to TDD the HVI library with David, the pair coding, and then I want to add Bitcoin core integration to Wasabi with pair coding with you with TDD, Lucas. So this way we would learn. Would you be good with that? And why I saying that we cannot Bitcoin Core feature integration is because I think we can trust the TDD process enough to make sure that, wow, this will be the first feature that we ever added that didn't actually break stuff and actually works, you know? So what do you say to that?
Yes, I think it's a good idea. Yes.
All right, then I have one topic left, which is I came to the conclusion that stylistic changes in the form of monster commits are risky, hard to impossible to properly review, and creates Git conflict hell for other pull requests. Yeah. Oh, hey Jaya.
Hello, Adam. Hello, everyone.
Did you
Hi.
see the Did you see the last Wasabi clip on the channel that was about you?
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. It was funny.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yakia.
Oh, no problem. No worries.
You guys have to add to the topic, or you wanna move on to yours?
I'm good.
Okay, so let's start with Yahya. Do you have anything brought up for today?
And not really. Like I'm just here to listen and to. If I have something to say, I would say that. Like I have nothing special in my mind.
All right, David.
Uh, Nothing special. I'm just asking Yahya, who are you? I was missing last week.
Uh-huh. Uh Well, my name is Yahya, and I come from Algeria. What else should I tell? Like, I'm not really like I didn't study programming, but I'm like trying. I'm self-taught developer, and yeah,
Are you GitHub? Are you a contributor or?
yes. Lately, I have done some pull requests. Yes.
Oh yeah, you are Yahya on GitHub, right?
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Okay, I know. Okay.
All right. How about you, Lucas?
Um, well, I was working on HWY update, the Linux distribution. I mean the new command install udev rules on Linux in the new distribution doesn't work, and I think it's an error in my code. I don't know why the test pass, but it doesn't work in the released version. So I have to fix that. Well, I was reviewing and testing all the Nicolas Dorier PRs because more testing than reviewing. I mean, uh, uh, because I review it a couple of times, and it's always the same. It looks good, and Nicolas is better than me technically speaking. So I just was testing basically. Um, and well, I think we have a problem with the issues and the pull requests. We have a lot of issues, and they have no good tags. I mean, it's like a huge bag of things, and I don't know what's the priorities. If I need to take a ticket, I don't know what ticket is the most important and what ticket is not. I mean, because there are a lot. Yes, we need to close tickets and use a new tag for them because it's just I can't handle it. Uh, and well, other point is that I think it could be good to, I don't know if it is possible, but could be good to move this meeting probably an hour or two earlier because I mean the new guy Jamar or I, I mean I will be in the new video again, but I know Matako probably the new guy, the Philippine guy. I think we have to integrate him in this team. I, it would be good to have him in this meeting. Well, those are my issues.
Yeah, I can't remember all of that, so I'm just gonna reflect on the last one. Yeah, I think he's not communicating with us that much because he's living on the other part of the world.
Yeah.
And it's Dan who needed this meeting to be this time, who's not here. And yeah, so it's really up to Dan, you know. Should we move without Dan the meeting or not? That's something we could think about.
Dan said that he can't make it, right? And meanwhile, Aviv just mentioned that he will be here at half past 8, right?
Yeah. No, working 2 days a week, so it's not that much yet. He might come full time later. But the stupid screen lock thing, yeah, that might be a monster for him. I don't know.
Oh, we have a pull request with screen lock.
Yes.
And are we planning to merge it if it is good?
Yes. It's something I don't like the idea, but have been decided by everyone in this room. So yeah, so yes, we are gonna merge it.
Yeah, because I remember that we talked about this a lot half year ago.
Yeah, I still don't like it. It just other people think it's a good idea, a missing feature. So Max was very Max Aviv, yeah, a couple of people.
Oh, Adam, I have a question. What do you expect when, for example, when I approve a pull request? Yes. What do you expect? Should I review the code just to see that mm, there is no controversial changes, that no dangerous code, that or do you expect that I test the code? I mean, review it and test it.
I mean, I'm doing everything, right?
Yes,
So
I know.
I try to clean them up too, because if I just give a review with a lot of comments, that might be annoying for some people. So I sometimes just clean them up. That I'm not sure that's a good practice though. So yeah, code review, testing. What else? Well, not just the logic of the code, but just a little small smells like, oh, is he doing task point run or task point delay, get away target result, or threat point sleep? Just 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 note smells, because I don't really want to push smells into Wasabi anymore. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. But so do you don't expect that I test the code, or yes?
Yes, if you can, if it's
Okay.
Windows specific or something like that.
Okay.
I mean, I have to test anyway, but I expect you to test like on Linux, because I yeah, because it takes time for me to fire up on my system, and it doesn't take time for you to set up your yeah.
Oh yes, when there is a big pull request, I review the code and test it, right? But when the code is not big, or I'm not sure, I just make sure that there are no changes that can I mean, introduce some change that someone can introduce some change that steal the user's money, for example. So I
So,
say, hey, yeah, do you understand what I say? I mean,
yeah,
I don't go too deep. I just look at, yes, it it is clear the intention, the code is clear, it is not controversial, but I don't test absolutely everything.
yeah. That's what I noticed too. So far, you're the best code reviewer, because you actually put some comments there. Um, but 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 when you review a code, and then I test it, and it's a glaring bug there in the middle or something like that, and hey, Lucas approved it, what the hell is going on?
Yes, yes, exactly. That's why I'm asking you. For example, the one that the one in the packager. I don't test the packager because the packager runs on Windows, so I have to.
But anyway, you are still a little bit better than David, because for David, the approve button is not an approve button, is a I understand button. I understand what's going on button.
That's not true. I'm
Okay.
doing the opposite. I did not review the code. I'm just testing the code. So I'm running it, and if it is
Oh yeah.
I look the code. Okay, that's fine, because most of the code base I didn't know because I didn't write it. But I usually test it on every operating system. But yeah, don't go into the code details. That's true.
You're testing it. That's good. Okay. Lucas?
Okay, wait, but let me remember you the other issue. We have the problem with the issues and the pull request. We have to organize that in some way. It is a huge mess for me. In fact, I wake up in the morning and review the emails, and I have, I don't know, probably 100 emails. So it is, and all is equally important. So it's hard to follow for me.
I understand it's not manageable for me at the moment either. Hopefully after the game it will be manageable again. Okay, so I was thinking, well, I was thinking for a long time now, but I always come up with counter arguments that what would be ideal, but I don't think possible, is that if I could give you, right, you and David, commit access to the GitHub, but in a way that one of you can only commit if the other one approved it, or I approved it first. So that would be nice. I was thinking of giving commit access to, but I don't know.
Can you say this again? So commit, you mean merge into the master, or what?
Yes, maintainer, yes. Access, merge into the master. Merge pull request, yeah.
I don't know, because, for example, we can do this like you check a pull request, and if it was created by me and Lucas approved it, then you just press the merge button and that's it. Is it the same, right? You mentioned the difference is that we can press the merge button.
Yes, so there might be some pull requests I don't even have to look at because I can trust that both of you are not making a mistake, yeah, that would be medium-term goal. But I'm not sure this setup is possible, but maybe. And the long-term goal, I don't know. We should find a maintainer, some C# Nazi, pattern Nazi, do this right Nazi, you know what I mean? Or any of you are interested in long-term becoming maintainers?
Yes, I would like to be a maintainer, but if I am not the maintainer or David is not the maintainer, or it doesn't matter who, I think we need another maintainer. Either now, probably not now, but in the future, you will need another maintainer. That's my opinion.
Maybe we need a Scrum Master.
Yeah, it was
You know, but, you know,
verify us.
No, yes, but for example, that this move of your Adam, you left Twitter, and I don't know if that, for example, is good for the business because you are the face of the project. Yes, you're the face of Wasabi. The communication with the community is very important. It's probably, I don't know, it's probably more important than the code. I think I don't know. So um, you cannot be the bottleneck. Yes. So and we need some administrative tools and share the responsibilities and delegate, yes, some some tasks. You cannot just do absolutely everything because that doesn't scale, and I know that it's very hard to accept that. But it's the only way to grow. So you have to think how and decide how, but probably maintainers, administrative tasks, uh, delegate responsibilities, etc. You have to know.
Yeah, I should.
Just in case, you are mute.
Yeah, I know. I are we? Do you have something else, Lucas?
No, no, that's all.
Okay. And Aviv should be here, or are we gonna have our shortest dev meeting ever?
I think we will have.
I would like to say something about using editor config to like to put some code conventions, because there are a lot of options that can be set using editor config.
It would be great because when I created this editor config, it was all the editor config was to offer, you know? So if there are other things, then would be interested in it. That
The problem with some of the options that can be introduced in the editor config, for example, because most of them like are related to code refactoring, they will you will get a lot of code changes in the code base, and I know it will be like a bit difficult to maintain and to review all of that. For example, when I introduced that option to make all the methods like use a block body, I got a lot of changes.
yeah, it's a good question because we are in roadblocks when cowboy coding is not the best way to achieve our goal anymore, and maybe we should be more conservative with things than how we were before. Well, we were before like I was committing everything to the master. That's that's where we started, and maybe it's not the good idea to change code for the sake of changing it, you know, for the sake of stylistic improvements, for the sake of patterns. But we are still doing that. It just we are getting out of this and becoming a bit more conservative. Lucas, how did you how do you, well, yeah, it's a good question. So how do you see Wasabi development changing over time?
I don't know if I understand the question.
How did we change our process? So what did we added? Did it make sense? Did we become more administrative? Uh, did we use better patterns or worse patterns or more patterns?
In my opinion, the process should start with a shared vision of the product. So what what's our shared vision of the product, where we want to go from here. So you did it before, but now it's not updated, right? I mean, the list of features, the the the, the principles, yes, what we do, what we don't want to do, etc. Then we need to have, in my opinion, yes, the that has been translated to a list of issues or tickets with a clear description of what we want to do, yes, and and a discussion of that, so we can avoid the that dispersion of energy that I feel. For example, in my case, I I know that I can code things the, that I received from external uh, users, right? And I basically I'm guide from um, outsiders. I don't code what you want. I code what I feel the community is asking for. Yes, and well, and given that those features are not were not agreed in first place, and we don't have that shared vision. The vision is in your head. Well, I feel that sometimes I can do that something, but it will not be accepted. Yes, and and that's not a problem because it's how the project evolves, right? But it's we are losing energy. Yes, we are losing. In fact, sometimes I don't know what to do because I say, well, I could like to do this, but if I do this, probably will this will be never accepted. So it is a problem. Or so once we have the division, the list of features, or the principles translated to a list of issues in GitHub, um, we can now say, well, now we are going to work on this, and we want to use, for example, as you say, uh, 100% code coverage using test first, and code review by two members, for example, that as you suggested, that I agree, it's a, a good idea. And in my opinion, the code should be much simpler. I mean, the problem the you have one line of code, you have a problem. If you have 1,000 line of codes, you have 1,000 problems. So less code, clean code, less nulls, less. I mean, more simple and more clear. And finally, we need test, right? Because TDD can help you to reduce the number of tests, and can help you to make changes without so much fear. Yes, because you can be much more confident that the code, if you break something, the code will let you know. But finally, nothing replaces the, the test. And test, we have test, unit test, integration test, and some way to automatically test the UI. I don't know how, but it is too expensive to run regression tests again and again and again all the time. So sometimes smoke tests would be great too. That's my vision.
All right, thanks. Aviv, we see you're here. So we are all finished. It's up to you. Say hi and the first topic of yours.
Hi, everyone. Apologies for being late. And now I have to relocate, so pardon me for 15 seconds. Apologies. Okay. Can everyone hear me loud and clear? I'm hoping that.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So the one question I had was just about the Reddit, and I want to bring up a problem that I'm curious about the thoughts of everyone here, which is what do we do if we have sort of really negative comments that may or may not be part of the bigger thing that Adam has been writing about with respect to false Reddit accounts by I hate to say this, but by the samurai team potentially. So recently, there's been some people on Reddit that have been saying some things that I worry might be like dishonest or purposefully malicious, and I'm just curious about how to deal with this, and yeah, what we should do. And that's pretty much it for me. That's what's been on my mind.
I did not see them yet. I'm not sure I should say anything before I see them.
Yeah. Well, for one, there's been one post where someone claims that they've been overcharged in their coin joins. They claim that they've been charged 0.9%. Right. I looked at the numbers for a lot of the coin joins that have happened in the past 3 days, and it's almost impossible for anyone to have been charged that high, with the exception being that they have no change. Like, the change is so small that Wasabi has included the change as the coordinator fee to minimize annoying change, as it has negative effects for coin joining. So like, I always assume the benefit of the doubt. I give the benefit of the doubt to anyone who's on the Reddit asking questions. But I did worry when I saw a lot of the follow-up comments had a very similar tone to what we saw in terms of some of the samurai devs. And I hate saying any conspiratorial things because you can never prove or disprove them. But I'm wondering what we do about this. And I accept that doing nothing or just letting it happen is probably maybe the best thing to do.
I see it. I'm checking it. Go ahead, Lucas.
Well, no, I think this Aviv asked me something similar before, and my point or my position is that we have to focus on Wasabi in what we do, and give support on Reddit as is expected. If someone says something that is not possible, well, you can ask or request the proof. Yes, okay. Because probably it is a problem, a real problem. We don't know. So if someone says, hey, Wasabi um, charge me with, I don't know, 0.9, for example, or something like that, you say, okay, uh, I don't know if it is true or not, so please provide here the proof of that. If he can prove that, so we have a problem, we have a defect in the code and we have to, to fix it. If he doesn't provide any proof, well, uh, clearly it is someone that is just lying in online, and his lie will be exposed. So I think we have to do nothing. We have to.
Yeah, I agree with that. I want to make a point that it's actually not even the comment or like the post that talks about overcharging fees. I just noticed there's one user that's always in the Reddit by the name of, well, maybe the name doesn't matter, who is always proselytizing samurai tools and making very sort of negative statements about the Wasabi Wallet project. It doesn't matter. Like we should accept that people just say negative things. Like, who cares? It's the internet. And so maybe do nothing. I think is exactly the right thing here. Respond like in sincerely, and then if the person continues to be mean, then you just say it's fine. Like, people can read and decide for themselves. Okay. If that isn't a serious issue, then another thing is, I guess David and I are going to be publishing a paper together on Medium pretty soon, or David's publishing it pretty soon, and so that's pretty much what's happening on our end, on my end here, and that's pretty much it, I think.
Yes, it's about the conference. In a format of an article, so basically with the same content, but Aviv is pimping up the text a bit to be more clear and precise. So basically, the content is the same almost.
Exactly. Yeah, it'll be a great way for people to be able to read exactly the same thing that was that David did in the talk. And by the way, the video for that talk is available on YouTube now under the Bitcoin Magazine YouTube account.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, by the way, my talk is available too. And I think it was a very important talk. It's called, I just submitted it to Reddit, The Future of On-Chain Privacy On-Chain Conference. So you can find it on our Bitcoin. You have something else, Aviv? Or are we gonna finish a meeting?
I mean,
Yes.
so one thing is, is pushing forward there's a lot of things happening, so it's I don't want to open too many cans of worms, but one thing is pushing forward the problem of remixing the coins and how to make that more efficient. But I think I think we can leave that for later. And then there's the issue of stability of Wasabi Wallet on Mac, the Mac operating system. So I've noticed a few people that I've met in person who have a Mac. They show me the Wasabi wallet, and they're having stability issues where the wallet won't load or the wallet crashes. But this is something that I'm sure you guys are discussing at length. But I can simply report that it's still an issue.
Yeah, that's my vision. Stable software for now, because we are fixing a lot of things, but there's still more. Or maybe we have more and more users and they find more and more things and everything was already present, you know. On the other hand, a lot of people are saying it's stable. But these are always edge cases, so yeah, it's really hard to find and even reproduce. But watch back the first half of this dev meeting, and you will see that we are actually making steps, and maybe things will get better, much better, not very quickly, but much better, because we might be able to write code that has very few bugs, maybe.
That was my intuition about missing the dev meeting, is that you guys probably are discussing these very things. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it. Other than that, there's the upcoming in 1 month. There's the presentation at the Chicago Bitcoin and Open Blockchain meeting. I'll be hopefully working with David. I haven't explicitly asked David yet, but hopefully David and I will work together to make a good presentation that I will do. But it'll probably be based on a lot of David's presentations and slides, but that's something to look forward to. And for sure, it should be videotaped, and it'll be on the Wasabi YouTube channel and available to the public.
All right, that sounds great.
Sure. Okay. I can help if you need.
Perfect. Okay, that's pretty much it.
Will it be in Chicago?
Yes.
And you probably have the same condition, right? 20 minutes, or do you know anything about that?
Yes,
no, so you have more time.
Yeah, it's at least an hour and a half. I think the right approach is 45 minutes, no more, for the presentation, plus Q&A and more interactive segments. So even maybe 40 minutes at most. Ideally even shorter, to allow for larger Q&A and more interactivity. But yeah, it'll be longer.
Yeah, it's the Wasabi Bob event, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, then. Thank you, guys. If no one has anything left.
I donated a little bit of money to the Bitcoin for Tor thing on behalf of Wasabi. So feel free to donate as well and tweet about it. But I think it's definitely a good thing to do. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay. Did you send a message about this to me or something? Or...
Yes.
Okay.
Are you off Twitter, Adam?
Yes, I am not on Twitter.
Okay, because I posted the tweet. I'm happy to send it to you on Slack.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so thank you, guys. And I guess we are finished. So, bye-bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye.